So when I first moved to Bristol and I was in halls, I would randomly bake for my flatmates and I would buy them things, I'd leave food out, and I was just trying to be nice. And I think they were a bit sort of, they thought I had an agenda, I think, or they thought they didn't understand that coming from such a collective society in Asia where you do everything together, there's no thought of who owes who what, or this is mine, that's yours, and you have to keep it separate. They didn't understand that I was just doing this not because I wanted good karma credits or anything, just because I wanted to. And I found it weird that they wouldn't reciprocate. And it was a bit, I know it sounds a bit sort of selfish and strange, but it was a bit like, it was difficult to connect on that level. I find Europe is quite an individualistic society. You know, it's first come, first serve.
I had a sore throat and I bought ginger and ate it in little pieces every morning because it really helps. That's something that I learned in China that, you know, people in China would do and that I sort of picked up on. And so British people thought it was weird, but German or French people thought it was weird as well. So yeah, I think that might be an example.
International mixed school, non-uniform school in Paris. And then when my parents moved and I went to school in England, I went to a British, all boys with a uniform, sort of much stricter policy. So like, it was a completely different experience. And then I didn't have like, there was no term like third culture kid then. I was like, I don't know, there weren't that many people who also came from very different backgrounds, because effectively I'd taken a position of what an English student would be going in. And so I really had to integrate quickly. And I mean, you know, it's you adapt and then you sort of made the most of the positive experiences, and the guys were great.
And especially in first year, people always got confused by how excited I was by going into a supermarket. Because when I was a kid and we visited England, it was such a big deal going shopping because you could get all these things that you couldn't get in China. Like the candy aisle was like a wonderland because there was at least like 10 different types of candy and you could get all these different things. And for the first couple of months at uni, I felt exactly the same way every time I went into a supermarket. And everybody would be like, "Why are you so excited? It's just grocery shopping." And I'd be like, "Well, yeah, but look at all the options. I mean, you can get anything." And and people always thought that was really, really strange. But I still feel like a kid in a candy store whenever I go grocery shopping.